7.5. Proportions in triangles. Number 1. Using the given diagram, solve for x. Setting up a proportion, we can write 56 over x equals 21 over 33. This could be written a couple different ways, but this is just one way that will give you a correct answer. Now we cross multiply. 21x equals 1,848. Then divide by 21. And you get x equals 88. So let's type it in. So let's type in 88, and that's number 1. Number 2, using the following diagram, solve for x. Setting up proportions, we could write 12 over 15 equals 6 over x. So then we cross multiply. 12 times x is 12x, 15 times 6 is 90. Then we divide both sides by 12. We get x equals 7.5. So let's type that in. Typing in 7.5. And that's the answer for number 2. Going to number 5, let's solve for x. We can set up proportions, so we can write 3 over 7 equals 4 over x. Cross multiply, we have 3 times x is 3x, and 7 times 4 is 28. Divide both sides by 3. We're left with the fraction 28 over 3, and it says to leave it as a fraction. So let's type it in. Typing in 28 over 3. That's the answer for number 5. Going to number 8, it says use the figure at the right to complete the proportion. We have TQ over KQ, which is this piece here, equals PT. Now, PT goes with TQ, they're both up top. The length that goes with KQ will be KP. So let's type in KP. And that's number 8. Going to number 11. In a certain city, E Street, W Street, C Street, and D Street are parallel streets that intersect K Street and M Street. How long is K Street between C Street and D Street? So let's take a closer look at it. So the piece of the street we're looking for the length of is right here. The piece of K Street between C Street and D Street. Now we can set up a proportion. We can write 800 over 580 equals 1000 over x. Now we cross multiply. 800x equals 580,000. Divide both sides by 800, and we get that piece is 725 feet. So let's type that in. Typing in 725. That's the answer for number 11. Number 12. Determine whether the red segments are parallel and explain your answer. If the two red segments are parallel, then if I set up proportions, they should be true. So let's do that. So 21 over 77 equals 15 over 33. Is that true? Well, if I multiply 21 times 33, I get 693. Multiplying 77 by 15, I get 1,155. So the proportion isn't true. So we can say they're not parallel. So let's choose our answer. So we're going to say the segments are not parallel because the conditions of the converse of the side splitter theorem are not satisfied, which we just proved. And that's number 12.